This video is sponsored by Durex, the best condom selling company around the globe. These condoms are the best if you're trying to prevent people like this guy from happening. I did some testing recently and I found out that these things are extremely strong and also extremely large. Like, these things are suited for literally everybody. I highly recommend it to get for your folks yourself. These things are lit as shit. So I originally didn't intend to make this video here because Damontae's first video about Carrot had one somewhat of a decent point in it, that being Team Diamond shitting on Beecroft. Just the way he said it was a bit stupid, but the kind of the meaning was somewhat okay. So I thought, just ignore it, and I'm not gonna make a video towards it, right? But he later on made 4 additional videos that are all filled with fucking bullshit. So I couldn't stop myself, and I had to make this video. I will also include one older stream, like from 2 months ago, where he basically shit talks me as well. So yeah, that's gonna be a pretty fun video, I guess. You also may notice I already made a video to this guy once, a couple of months ago. But this video has been gone for quite some time because I made it private. This is why, because Damon made an apology video on his YouTube. And because of this, I wanted to be the nice guy and I made my video private. But Damon removed his apology now, as more or less of a meaning that he doesn't give a shit anymore. So with the release of this video, this first video is now back again. It's back public. Now if you don't know who Damon is, I will give you a quick recap. He basically is a guy with 10,000 hours in Payday 2 that uses only stats as proof why other people are garbage in the game. And he thinks that only stats matter in this game. And he calls a lot of the other people pretenders that do like solo runs or whatever, or other challenge runs on Death Sentence 1 Down. And they're pretenders because they have shit stats. That's pretty much about it. There's nothing really much about to say to this guy. So yeah, enjoy the video. So this first part of this video is gonna be presented to you by Carrot. Not by me, by Carrot. Because I couldn't do it as well as he did. However, there's one big thing he didn't point out. I'm gonna do that right now before we get into the actual video. So sometime throughout this first video of Damon, he mentions his stats that have 9,900 hours, 14,000 times played as Troy, 21,000 times the crossbreed mask used, 23,000 overkill placed, and 27k heists done successfully. Now let's look back to my first video, the Let's Talk About Damontae video. I show his stats that have at that time 9,400 hours, where he has 4,000 times played as Troy, 11k times played with the crossbreed mask, 13,000 overkill plays, and 17k heists done successfully. So that means he has done 10k heists within 500 hours. And I want to mention that he took 9.4k hours to get 17k heists done. And now he got 10k heists done within 500 hours. That doesn't seem legit if you ask me. And it surely is not legit. It has been cheated with a mod called InstaWin Gap mod, which basically allows you to finish any heist within 0 seconds. So that means that you cheat yourself your stats. So you are the pretender yourself. And I'm just gonna assume here that you did use cheats in the past as well to fake your stats. Because legit 10,000 hours, or back then how many you had back then even, doesn't really make sense how bad you perform. It's as if you idled hours, and that's why people kept saying you were idling hours, because your skill is utter garbage.
Alright, Alright, well, you guys know me. Nothing better I love to do than to, expose pretenders. I love it. It's amazing. So if you come into, TSD, because apparently it's okay for people here to just completely shit on people all the time, especially this man right here, the biggest pretender of them all.
Everyone's favorite hypocrite is back. DamontaeKxng's,
DamontaeKxng's.
yeah, that guy. I just wanted to go over a lot of the hypocritical things he says, and trust me, there are a lot.
If you even disagree with anything that these people say, even if they're completely wrong because they have no experience, you'll just get, it doesn't matter what you say.
What he's saying here is if someone disagrees with me, then I will just, deny it. But if he tried to even do some research, he would see that that's not how it works.
And then you see what they say. You fail the diamond 4 times. So
Am I wrong? Are you denying a fact?
something we can actually carry with. You may go to custody. Bring custody perk. Yeah, he's doing some stealth. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm always
So after denying an obvious fact, he moves on to his favorite thing, stats.
I got your stats here too, buddy. The very most utmost, not, I don't know what you'd even call this. These, I would never even show these stats, by the way.
You would never show them, you say.
There he be.
there he be. You guys ready to see what experience looks like? Wow. Look.
Kinda speaks for itself, don't you think?
Carrot, I understand why you never show your stats, by the way, because I mean, like, this is literally a joke. This is literally a joke, man.
I mean, actually, it's because I don't care, but if you want to see them, here they are. I don't know what this proves to you, but there you go. Look at all these wonderful stats. I really should be showing this off, right? This is really important. He continues on to use this as some sort of reason to discredit me? I can't tell why.
For instance, has 2,700 hours and constantly makes, in quotation, fixing videos, the diamond videos, fixing B-crot this, blah 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 that, you know, B-crot this, you know, fixing this, let me make this my favorite build, and even though it's just AK and 5.7 shit I've stolen from someone else, and then fucking just a whole bunch of nothing.
So I constantly make fixing videos, but let's take a quick look here. So we have a fixing video, then we have Crime Spree Solo, then there's another fixing video. Then there's Death Sentence 1 Down with 4 Saw builds. Then there's a Death Sentence 1 Down solo. And on the next page you have my favorite rifle build, which I don't know what's wrong with that. You don't show any proof that I stole it. Then we have Death Sentence Solo, 4 Saws, Goat Simulator with 4 burglar builds. Then we have 2 more solos. So where's the constant fixing videos?
And then you got the Chads, which pretty much all of these, besides like Dark Whoopie, you know, these aren't Chads. My man Uncle, I mean, like, these aren't Chads, man. Like, none of these are Chads. Here's a Chad, the meme daddy. This is a Chad. Sorry to say, but I don't agree with any of the other ones.
So here's the list of Chads that I have on my YouTube. First we have Uncle, which is an incredible solo crime spree and solo death sentence player. Next we have Creepy, who is an incredible death sentence player. Then we have Meme Daddy, who makes great content. We have Semper, an incredible player for solo death sentence. Kinso, one of the old best players. Nash, another one of the old best players. Then we have Kev, an incredible death sentence player in general and can do solos as well. Fusion, probably one of the best anarchist players out there. Stryler, or I guess he changed his name. One of the best players, I would say, ever to play death sentence. He can do just about anything. Then we have Aori, an incredible death sentence player. Then we have Wooby, an incredible crime spree player. And we have Yokai, an incredible death sentence player. But you know who's not here? You.
Shotgun user, LMG user. Okay, so right off the bat, already nothing impressive.
A shotgun user, LMG user, shotgun user. Already right off the bat, nothing impressive.
Oh, okay, this guy makes Stoic guides, 600 uses in Stoic. This is where the experience thing comes into play. Carrot's guides, an unstoppable Stoic build for Death Sentence. Hey Carrot, could I ask you where you stole this from? Cause just from what I'm looking at, like, where's that experience come from?
Man, if you're gonna try and flex your experience, don't make your stream title this, and then play like this.
Where'd you steal all these builds from? Oh wait, that's right, you just remake all B-Cross stuff. So now it all makes sense. You just steal other people's things. I see.
So can you show me where I stole the builds from, or is this just another empty claim?
I'm sure anything that's bad that's been in here, he probably just deletes. I'm just assuming, because you can't say anything against this guy, or you're just, you know, you're wrong or whatever.
You know, if I deleted things, wouldn't it make sense to delete, like, spam like this, you know? Stuff like people complaining that I kicked them for custom perk decks, people pretending to be others, like this. You would think this would be something I would delete, but no. You know, person complains that I kicked them for cheats again. You would think that this is the stuff I would delete, but I don't actually care, so I don't delete them.
Another thing I want to point out, shotgun user, LMG user, so therefore why are you making guides? Has shotgun explosives, why are you making guides? These are meta weapons, so I mean, unless people are having trouble with meta, I'm not too sure why you're demonstrating all this.
So, shotgun user, explosive user, LMG user. These are all meta weapons. Come on, man. What are you doing here?
Do you even have robbed a cop? Is another question of mine. Do you even have robbed a cop? He's trying to use like your friends against you. You know, it's like, are you sure you want to keep doing this, Carrot? Blah, 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 Mr. Big Carrot. Like, you know, what else are you supposed to say to him?
I don't know, man. Maybe admit that this happened and that you're wrong. Just an idea.
You know, oh, showing off again. Where? Nowhere did I say I was, hold on. Let me use their words. Nowhere did I say that I was the best.
Thankfully, the experienced don't have to watch YouTube. Is that not showing off? This is in reference to Beecroft titling his videos best. They have nothing to do with you. Oh, I'm sorry, everything has to do with you, right? Because you're so important.
But you won't find him actually having experience in it, sadly. Because that's what these people do. They just talk shit on stuff with no experience.
Weird. It's as if I put my videos where I show things somewhere. No idea where that could be, though.
Shotgun user, I mean, there's nothing impressive here.
That was the third time. I wonder how many more times he'll bring that up.
This guy makes guides. Why? This is why we call him a pretender.
I make guides because there are things that I can do better than some other people, and I want to help them improve at those things. Why do you fail the diamond, one of the easiest heists in the game, at your 10,000 hours? This is why we call you an idler.
You're a pretender? That's what the community calls you. That's what the community's been calling you. It's what I've been calling you guys. I mean... like fixing people's builds, fixing like Beecroft's builds, doing like crime spree, and then this is what your stuff looks like, by the way. That's not even saying he has 1,000 plays in crime spree. My assumption is he's probably played it barely. And, you know, those thousands are probably playing an actual overkill is my assumption. I mean, you can go watch this video. I'm sure it's not impressive at all, but, you know, I'm not going to watch it.
No, that's true. I don't play that much crime spree. A lot of those plays are back from when I was grinding achievements. However, your overkill plays are most likely just overkill plays. It's pretty obvious to tell by your skill level that you aren't suited for death sentence. On top of that, you really showed how much research you did by not watching the video.
You can scroll through this for hours. And you know what you'll see? Kill yourself, stupid ass shit. Like literally just dumb shit everywhere.
Maybe because you're in the shit posting channel. I don't know.
See? Just like, you know, stuff like this. Like, you know, why are they doing this? No one will know.
Because it's a shitposting channel, you brainless hot dog.
Like people act like this is what they say for rogues in this place. Maybe because Carrot can achieve 32 downs with the rogue build, Doesn't mean everyone else can achieve 30-something downs with the rogue build. Just saying. That's a meta shotgun. That's stoic. That's stoic. That's stoic.
M1014 isn't meta. You know what is meta?
Stoic, Yzma, and a Dragon's Breath Grim, you retard.
Should we even look at the experience here? No. There's no reason. I'm sorry I have to do it to you, man, but you didn't close your mouth. You brought it upon yourself. You want to see a Chad's stats? So he's a first aid kit user. Congratulations, sir. You are actually not good at all.
Do you think before you say things? Am I supposed to clap? That's what you did, right? So what do you
Fucking Christ. Alright, let's see here. First aid kit user. Damn, I just played myself. It's, you know who made the trip mine meta?
Yeah, right, that one. The loud trip mine meta. Right, I know that one. And even if you're talking about stealth, ECMs and body bags tend to be the meta there.
You know who made the first aid kit meta?
Okay, well, first off, doctor bags are meta because people abuse Swan Song. And second off, you called first aid kits unskillful. So, do I clap again?
Sorry, I had to clear my throat twice.
Clear your fucking brain first.
It's kind of weird. Two-piece suit, ballistic vest, ICTV. Like, you know who created the crossbreed? Fucking, you know who created this mask to be so popular? I don't know, man.
What even are you talking about? This is supposed to be an exposing video on me. What are you... You're just looking at your own stats and fingering your own dick. What's the plan? I don't get it.
You know whose stats can actually shit on you? I don't know, man.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Double, there it is. And guess what? I'm not even a death sentence player. I'm fully aware I don't make stoic guides. And I'm fully aware I don't make anarchist or, rogue guides. And I'm fully aware I don't make Sicario guides neither.
Because you can barely play death sentence. We get it. Move on.
What about rogue users? Do I kick rogue users? Nah, I play with them because I can handle it. I actually play rogue because I can handle it.
No idea why you brought up kicking rogue players. I let anyone join my lobby. But, you can handle it. Do you want the Seinfeld clip again?
And then you go to their Discord, literally just what was being, spoken about a minute ago.
Where?
It was just here. Just give me a second. I'll find it. Don't you worry.
Oh, I'm not worried.
It
You
was
got
just
it.
right here, because I remember saying something.
Oh, yeah, you say a lot of things.
Why is it that this man knows so much about it? You know what I'm saying? Because I know. I know why. I know why. I know what the Gab mods are, and I know exactly why these people, the whole community of TSD knows what they are, probably because most of them use them.
Or maybe because you literally just need a basic understanding of English to figure out what Gab infinite ammo does.
Right here are these three that I'm highlighting. I love it. I love it. Look at these views. I love it. And you know who are these views? You know who these views are? TSD members. Guarantee it. Because look at all this other stuff. But then, these are here. These are TSD, members. Sadly.
You do realize that you're showing that no one cares about your content, right? You are only showing that you start drama for attention. You understand this, right? This is what you're showing here.
They try and use whatever they can. Like, shit that doesn't even matter. Like, playing with pubs and having to restart the diamond 4 times. Like, shit that doesn't even matter.
Yes, it shouldn't matter. You have 10,000 hours. How the fuck do you fail the diamond? One of the easiest maps in the game.
Am I wrong?
Am I? Should one of the easiest maps in the game be difficult to complete as someone with 10,000 hours? Am I wrong?
It's like literally all I did was say something, one thing about Beecroft, and then what happens? You got Big Bad Carrot, the pretender here.
Not exactly. People did not respond to your Beecroft comment. However, you trying to show off how experienced you are? That is what I responded to.
Can we all have a round of applause for Carrot, please? The biggest pretender in the Payday community, the most entitled person in the community. Anything he says is right, apparently, and if you try and argue against him, you're wrong. He has 2,000 hours, best player in the game. If you go against him, clearly you're wrong.
Wow, damn man, I didn't expect this appraisal. Thanks so much.
I don't know. Apparently, since he feels so big and bad, restarting the diamond 4 times or something, that's already twice that he's died. Okay.
Are you really trying to compare the diamond with players and White House solo? One is one of the easiest maps in the game, and the other is one of the hardest.
If he wants to be this child, well, guess what? We can be this child as well.
You already are a child. Don't worry.
How? How'd you miss all that, dude?
Maybe because I'm terrible at aiming? I don't know. I made a group for this.
Imagine doing this with this build. Complete meta and still failing. Have jokers as well. So, real quick. Says solos. And you see my man grab jokers. Look, you see him grab jokers. So clearly he's not soloing, first off. That's, that's first right off the bat. Not soloing already, so...
Is that a convert? That's a convert. Is that an LMG? With Kingpin? That sounds kinda meta. Wait, this is San Martin, one of the easiest heists in the game. Wait, that's weird.
In a 3-hour stream.
If you want to talk about stream lengths, let's talk about this 30-hour stream that is a black screen for hours. Is this normal? Is this how a streamer streams? A black screen?
Okay, so now my man has to bring a new build into this. Let's see. Okay, now he's got a new build into this. So 6 times on that meta, set up LMGs and whatnot, he finally uses something else. Anarchist. Okay. Let's see how far this one goes. Because with Anarchist, in theory, didn't get very far at all. Never mind. Forget that theory, dude. He didn't get far at all. Shut the fuck up, right? Didn't get far at all, man. I've not even seen you beat a heist yet.
You've cut some context here, and it's because you don't watch anything before you say it. Here's why I played that build. But I made this anarchist build. I don't know how well it's gonna work. It probably isn't gonna work well at all. But I just got it like a fancy skin, so I wanted to try it. Which is basically how I make all my builds. I played this build on my last run because it was an experimental build. I wanted to see how well it would perform. You utter moron. And I only switched to pubs because people in the stream were asking me to play pubs.
Waiting on him. Kingpin first aid kits. There it is. This man, literally ridiculous, dude.
Says the guy with an Yzma and first aid kits.
Gotta fast forward through this. We're just gonna literally see him die like fucking a million times, dude.
Do you want the diamond run again? I can skim through that if you'd like. You've got a lot of downs there.
So, this is a concept I went over the other day. when you say you're making a death sentence build work in death sentence, and then you have literally first aid kits, that is not making a build work in death sentence. I'm sorry to say, but that is not making a build work. If not, we're literally sitting here for like 2 hours watching him get downed.
Yes, because I would much rather sit through 8 hours of you sleeping.
So look at what he's using, by the way. Like, just shit that I use on my stream. Isn't that glorious? Like, you just literally get copied by these people.
If you're trying to imply that I steal builds from you, I can't stand your streams. I've never been able to sit through more than 5 minutes of your content. There's no way for me to steal from you if I don't actually watch you. Nice try, though. Watching gameplay with this garbage on the bottom of the screen actually gives me brain damage. I don't know anyone who doesn't think this looks horrible. If you think this looks good, I seriously question your ability to think clearly.
The Frenzy Crook Heavy Ballistic Vest, and now it's stolen by people currently in the community. Like videos that I just seen like yesterday. Isn't that crazy?
Proof?
Wow, imagine making a video on Berserker yourself, but then downing yourself just like that. Imagine making a Berserker video being like, you need this many ticks to down, or to get yourself at like 100 Berserker, but then downing yourself like a fucking noob. Because once again, it's an experience thing. It's an experience thing, bruh.
This isn't a video on how to make that. This was on stream. If you want a video on it, I have that.
You gotta restart the mission at least once. Gotta restart the mission at least once. Oh, man.
Look, I get it. I know you're used to failing everything over and over and over because you aren't very good at the game, but not everyone needs to restart missions before they beat them. Some people are capable of beating them without restarts.
Using meta shotguns, Kingpin, and first aid kits, of course.
Remind me, who has 14,000 first aid kit deployables? Who has 4,000 Yzma uses? Right, and who is trying to shit on me for using shotguns and first aid kits? Oh, it's the same idiot.
Look, he didn't even need to use this first aid kit, but just, showing real quick. He placed this first aid kit and then never used it at all, actually. So in the first place, why are you using first aid kits? It's an experience thing. If you're not experienced enough to play without it, then there it is. You can't. He's got to play with it.
You contradict yourself so many times, and somehow in the same sentence, and multiple times. You complain that I'm using first aid kits on Kingpin, but then complain that I didn't use the first aid kit. You complain that I equipped first aid kits, and then didn't use my first aid kits. You complain that I don't need my first aid kits, but you complain that I equipped first aid kits. What's the logic?
And then just say fuck it because you can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I really don't, but you sure do.
I love this game, man. No, yeah. Well, I also didn't have a Joker, so I didn't get enough life regen from whatever life pool I was currently sitting at. Fastest puzzle in the West, man. Dude, I can't keep redoing this. Like, this is literally, like, you fail so many times playing pubs. I can't even believe it.
No, you fail so many times playing pubs. Not everyone. So, to end off, if your goal was to give me enough brain damage that I would be dumber than you are and that you would end up beating me, you still failed. Because I only lost as many brain cells as you started with.
I want to show you how unexperienced he is. He's fighting a dozer with 74 bullets, dies immediately. MP5 dozer, that is.
So here he brings up a bit of a comparison, because Carrot said, as I said in the first part, because Carrot said that Damon with his 10k hours as an experienced player, shouldn't basically die 4 times, or restart 4 times, on the Diamond death sentence on the public game, which Diamond did.
Alright, let's keep going. Because that was literally the first 6 minutes, okay? I'm sure we can find even more of these, since apparently he feels so big and bad. I don't know. Apparently, since he feels so big and bad, you know, restarting the Diamond 4 times or something, that's already twice that he's died, okay?
And not to shit talk on Carrot, he brings out this solo runs attempt on White House. Yeah, I'm cringing myself here. Like, you can't compare a run that has 4 players in it to a solo run on an actual difficult heist. You can't do that. Regardless what builds, perks, or whatever he takes, doesn't matter.
Have jokers as well. So, real quick, says solos, and you see my man grab jokers. Look, you see him grab jokers, so clearly he's not soloing, first off. That's, you know, that's first right off the bat, not soloing already, so.
Okay, that's kind of weird. As Death Sentence went down solo, I understand one player playing Death Sentence solo, with or without AI. And that's gonna be said in the title, with like, without AI, that means no team AI. Then if you don't have converts, you would write no converts as well. But Carrot just says solo. That can mean either with AI, without AI, with converts, or without converts, basically. But you don't understand that, because why should you? And looking at his San Martin solo, it says Death Sentence solo basically on San Martin. It isn't stated anywhere that this run has converts or not, but his run has converts. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot here.
Oh, there's the 6th. So he's lost 6 times. So once again, how are you losing?
Again, the Diamond is way easier than the White House. And you even had pubs, you had other players in your lobby. Technically, it should have been way easier for you in the lobby, but you still died regardless. Like, legit 10k hour players wouldn't do that at all.
No wonder you've got this many fucking completions, dude. Jesus Christ.
Like, again, why are you bringing up stats here? They don't mean a single shit. You don't even know what these 51 completions of Death Sentence were like. Because I can assure you, most of these runs on Death Sentence have done with Full Speed Swarm and a bunch of other difficulty mods, because Carrot plays with me on Death Sentence quite sometimes, and Carrot most of the time plays with Full Speed Swarm and not vanilla, like you are. Oh, and if you didn't know what Full Speed Swarm is, it basically makes the AI more aggressive, and that on max settings is around 2 times harder than the vanilla game. So Carrot takes way more time than to finish Hotline Miami than on vanilla, because it's way harder.
Okay, let's see here. So he's getting shot, he got healed, he died. Classic, no experienced player.
Like, these enemies are spawned here. Carrot was unlucky here. And you just say it's inexperienced. Like, what? Okay. That's kind of weird.
When you say you're making a Death Sentence build work in Death Sentence, and then you have literally first aid kits, that is not making a build work in Death Sentence. I'm sorry to say, but that is not making a build work. So putting first aid kits, in example, in Gambler, something that self-sufficiently heals, ridiculous, dude. 0 experience. If you're using first aid kits in like Yakuza to keep yourself alive, to abuse the first aid kits, once again, no experience.
I don't even know what I should say to this, honestly. Like, this statement is so wrong. What?
So look at what he's using, by the way. Like, just shit that I use on my stream. Isn't that glorious? Like, you just literally get copied by these people.
I like how you say that only because Carrot uses the same weapons that you used once in your, 30-hour streams, that it's already copy-pasted just like that. Like, no, it's not copy-pasted, my guy.
Like, you guys remember the like maybe last week when I was telling you guys about that crook build that I was making? the Frenzy Crook Heavy Ballistic Vest, and now it's stolen by people currently in the community. Like videos that I just seen like yesterday. Isn't that crazy?
Same for that crook build that you just said here. Like, he's obviously referencing me here. He just doesn't say Uncle Gal because then he would give me a reason to make a video against him. But you know, you still failed at doing so.
Wow, imagine making a video on Berserker yourself, but then downing yourself just like that. Imagine making a Berserker video being like, you need this many ticks to down, or to get yourself at like 100 Berserker, but then downing yourself like a fucking noob.
Honestly, I think this is the HUD's fault. Like, I myself cannot see the armor regen here. I think it's pretty hard to tell when you actually can step in the fire without being downed. And, you know, he is a human as well, like everybody else. Everybody makes mistakes at some point, right? Like, Damon is the type of guy that takes literally any chance he can to shit talk somebody, regardless of what it is. Even if it's such a little thing like this here, or stats that don't mean anything, because he cannot really find a valid point to shit talk the pro players, because you just can't. You're just jealous, and you're trying to find the lowest of the lowest mistakes or points to shit talk these players. Like, that's so fucking sad.
Oh man. It's just nice to see. Look, he didn't even need to use this first aid kit, but just, you know, showing real quick. He placed this first aid kit and then never used it at all.
Like, yeah, good job cutting that out of the video. That just shows how much he really cares about making these videos. Because he went silent there for like solid 20 seconds or so, because he saw my messages. He probably was like thinking, oh shit, I should probably redo the video. But on the other side, he was thinking like, nah, I'm too lazy, I'm just gonna keep this. Nobody's gonna watch this anyways. This second video here is the definition of cringe and bad combined. It's so sad, it's so fucking shit. Rest of this video is basically the same stuff that I just showed you. There's just a couple of stupid downs that happen to pretty much anybody, and that's more or less about it. There's nothing really much to say here. To just prove him wrong, I did some solo runs. I did the diamond with a mod called always 4-player spawns, so I can fit his public game here. And I played with this here anarchist setup with Isma and Judge and no converts on the diamond, and I did it twice with ease, with relative ease I would say. Then I tried the same on White House with the very same build, the very same setup, the same weapons, everything, completely the same. Just with the one difference that I had 1-player spawns. I didn't use the 4-player spawns on that one, so I could fit carrots run more or less basically, right? And guess what? I couldn't do it, because White House is actually pretty damn tough compared to the diamond.
Okay, well, welcome back. Thought we'd do a Mr. Racist here this time. Mr. Creepy.
The Mr. Racist, the guy that said the N-word just once. What a fucking racist, dude. You better fucking sue this guy.
TSD members, they've got 2,000 hours. They literally think they know everything. This is always, you know, present. This is always present.
Would you mind stop talking about yourself here constantly? Because you're the one that has legit 2,000 hours, your 10,000 hours are only idled, and you're the one that thinks that you know everything. Because fake stats, you know?
Right off the bat, seeing some stuff like this, seeing pretty low, you know, uses on things, that's not a good sign already.
How is it not a good sign? How are low stats, how are low uses a bad sign? You don't know about if he did a progress reset, for example. You don't know any of that. And besides, stats don't mean anything. I said this like 100 times now. stats don't mean anything.
Already admits to cheating, by the way. Has already admit that he's a cheater, practically. Just saying.
Yeah, what about you and your achievements? They are cheated as well. And the difference here is that he at least admits that he is cheating, or that he did cheat. But you don't. You just bring up some stupid excuses that Steam was like lagging and shit, and you got all the achievements done at the same time. Like, can you at least be honest with your achievements? That would be pretty great. And besides, if you wanna talk shit about a guy that has cheated achievements, make sure that you are legit yourself. But you are not, so.
But real quick, just to highlight it one more time. Said he took 30 tries, and then 1K. So he spent 500 other games in death sentence. Okay. Another thing I wanted to point out just real quick, since he said he played the goat sim that much. Participations. Participations means anytime you've played a heist, regardless of you restarting it, failing it, winning it, counts as a participation. 41.
Holy shit. Where do I even start here? A guy with almost 10,000 hours in Payday 2. A guy that uses the FBI files more than anybody else on this fucking planet doesn't know how FBI files work. A restart, regardless how long you were in that heist, a restart never counts into your stats in FBI files. It never does. These participations only count whenever you get a heist screen on success or failed, not on restart. And Creepy over here always restarted the heist before he got to failed. Always. And I do the same. Everybody does that. Like, if you don't believe me here, play any heist. Any heist that you want. It can be Ukraine Shop, it can be Bank Heist, it can even be Goat Simulator. Any day. It doesn't matter. Play that heist, start it up, restart that heist like 10 or 20 times. And before you do that, check how many times you were playing, like how many participations you have in FBI files. Do all of your restarts. Then check after a couple of minutes, so the site is gonna update. Check how many participations you then have. It's probably not gonna be different. Now, do the same again and fail a heist 10 to 20 times. You're gonna notice a difference here. And if a guy like Damontae doesn't know that with his 10k hours, then I'm sorry, but you're just a fucking retard. I can't say more.
So notice how the whole time that he's never going to have dozers fight him. I'm going to be flicking through this most of the time.
One thing I like about these runs is that he puts them here as if they were all done in like first or second attempt or whatever. You do know that all of his other fails were either failed because of his mistake, because of like snipers, or he was overrun by SEALs, or, you guessed it, bulldozers. To finish a solo heist on death sentence 1 down, no AI, no downs, you need luck to finish it. Especially on Goat Simulator. And that's why you will rarely see dozer spawns in these runs, because they play a heist all the time. Like, they restart it constantly until they get a lucky run, basically. And they will use this run, regardless how many dozer spawns it has. It doesn't fucking matter.
Because I've noticed that they just kind of despawn in his games. Regardless, like right here, boom. One dozer just despawned. He has now 2. One scripted dozer inside.
It's fate, bro. Of course enemies despawn.
Right now he's got, what you call it, right there, boom. One dozer just completely despawned.
You do know what luck is, right? You do know that enemies do despawn, even if it is assault. You do know that, right?
Because now he has 2, and there's the one scripted in the inside, and then boom, right there. Did you see it? Did you see it as soon as he interacted with this box? What?
Like, if a guy like Creepy here would use a mod that actually would despawn dozers, why would he have a custom HUD that would actually tell him his dozer spawns, right? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me if you ask me.
That, yeah, you could claim this as lucky, right? You could claim that this was lucky.
Yeah, you can claim this as lucky, but you can also apparently claim this as cheating. Apparently, I don't know. But I guess let's just call this run lucky, yeah? And let's see what other things you got in store for us, Damon. Like, maybe Creepy is actually cheating, who knows, right?
And what about these? Like, this is where I realized I was wrong, by the way. This is an earlier video.
And this shows how much he cares about researching before he makes a video like this. Did you even look in the description? Did you even look what the rules are for this survival challenge? This survival challenge, if you don't know, is or has been done with 2 mods. That being full speed swarm max, of course, combined with no duplicated bullets and ITER. That's obvious, I think. And also spawn more enemies, or spawn more and faster, whatever the name is. And the way this mod works, it does spawn enemies faster, so you constantly got the pressure. The assaults are 30 minutes instead of like, what, 3, 4, or 5 minutes on normal death sentence. Here it's 30 minutes each assault with this spawn more and faster mod. So the pressure is constantly up, basically. And the issue with this mod being, there's this enemy cap. So whenever there are too many enemies on the map, they will just despawn in chunks. And that, of course, includes bulldozers as well. This doesn't only happen to Creepy, this also happens to me in my runs on Survival Challenge, or anybody else that does this Survival Challenge. So your point here is completely invalid. You can't compare a run with mods that like spawn more and faster, that change the spawn rate, that despawn enemies because of the cap, to a vanilla run. Like, you just can't do that. Your point is completely bullshit here. It doesn't make any sense.
Right here in a second, you'll see it. Brought it back for you real quick. Look at the top right of the screen, of the YouTube screen. You got one dozer disappear, second dozer disappear. Never fought a single one.
So we're not gonna talk about the 2 dozers that he has as an example right here. Like, look, there's one black dozer right there. He kills him. And look. There's a minigun dozer right there. So he does get dozers. He does fight them in the very same video. So what you just showed you, Damon, is just one weak example of Creepy being lucky. Like, what the fuck, dude? Or what about back here at 12 minutes? He has 2 dozer spawns, 2 dozers on the map. There's one right there. What about that? Are we not gonna talk about this? No? Well, okay then.
3 videos I looked at, and all 3 videos, it was blatantly obvious.
One run was with spawn one faster that despawns chunks of enemies, because that's part of the mod. So that run is completely BS, and the other 2 runs are basically lucky. And on one run, he doesn't even show that he actually gets dozer spawns, he just completely ignores that, so he looks better in that case. So that's false information right there. Good fucking job. Everything else in the video is basically him repeating, showing stats yet again, showing his quote-unquote points again. So there isn't really a reason for me to show this as well. But I think you get the idea that Damontae has no idea what he's talking about. Like, absolutely no idea.
Hello there, I'm Mr. Creep, and I'd like to interrupt Uncle here for a second. I'm going to add a few words here and there through part 3, since Uncle has probably missed some points. So I'd like to start off with the racist part. The Damon literally starts his video about me with calling me out for being racist, which is obviously fucking overextend. Frankly, for myself and others, I don't give a fucking shit about your skin color, sexual orientation, or any other liberal bullshit that is being forced nowadays. The stuff that you can see in Discord, more specifically Team Diamond's one, which was this one N-word that I sent, it's obviously just joking around and it's not to be taken seriously. We're in the internet, dude, after all.
Got the scripted one dozer, and then boom, he gets actually one dozer to spawn in. He gets one dozer to spawn in. It's kind of cool, right? I wish I was that lucky. Even though they spawn in twos, I wish I could get one dozer to spawn in. Because now he has two, and there's the one scripted in the inside. And then boom, right there. Did you see it? Did you see it as soon as he interacted with this box? Watch. He's got two. During the assault wave, I want to point that out as well. During an assault wave, as soon as he goes to interact with it, it just disappears. With the box, not that. Right about, boom. See how it just disappeared? Now he has the one scripted dozer in the inside.
Okay, so in this moment, Damon calls me out for manually despawning dozer by interacting with a power box. I didn't know how this is connected, but as Uncle said, it just doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. And I'll explain why dozer despawn here in a bit. What really caught DamontaeKxng's attention here is that there was only one dozer spawned in the first place, instead of normal two. And this is where Damon shows his level of researching. If we rewind video back a bit to the previous episode and more specifically the last seconds of sustain phase. And oh, wait, is that two dozers spawning in? Total 3? Looks like so. Because yes, it is 3 dozers on the map. What really happened here is that this pair of dozers spawned in exactly on the ending of the sustain phase, followed by the fade phase. And as we all know, right? We all know? All units that are engaged in the fight with player are assigned a task to retreat when fade phase starts. And that's exactly why first dozer despawned so quickly. And coming back to the power box interaction moment, second dozer goes poof here as well, but not because of me despawning him. He just took a while to get to the despawn point. No mods or anything, just proper kiting strat, fade abuse, and as Uncle said, a bit of luck. Something that Damon will never learn, sadly. Same thing goes here. In the breaking balloon that Damon has shown as another proof that I'm cheating, dozer spawned before Fade existed. On Fade they got a task to GTA 4 from the map, which both of them took a while to do. And then both of them get to a despawn point in the sustain phase of next assault. This moment was honestly just pure luck, no cutting strats or anything. I just got very lucky out there. So basically this, and the fact that Damon stated that I didn't fight a single dozer in the solo, is just honestly hilariously stupid.
Yo, you can't be better than the teacher, right? You found the teacher, my man.
So to give you a bit of a recap, what happened here? Basically, there was one guy in the chat saying like, "Are you the best crime spree player, better than Uncle Geldgale?" Because I'm apparently known for crime spree playing, or because of my solo runs basically that I have on my YouTube. And Damon here is the kind of guy that takes all the credits for him, because he says he is my teacher on crime spree. Because he told me how to play crime spree in the first place, like all of it, which is not true, as you might have expected. I do admit that I played crime spree at some point with him, and I actually did learn some stuff about crime spree by playing with him. However, as I just said it before, he puts it there as if I learned every single thing that I know currently about crime spree, all because of him, like literally all of it. No, I didn't. I learned all of the stuff, like the majority of stuff in crime spree by myself. Like for example, check all of my old streams, check all of my videos that are crime spree related, anything. you won't find Damontae anywhere.
Someone with 800 crime spree plays. Shit. Did you check his stats, my man?
So of course the stats thingy is gotta be one of the first things he's gonna point out. Yes, at that point I had 800 crime spree plays, and I probably don't have more, like I don't think I have more than 1000 at the current moment as we speak. But do I give a shit? Not really. Does he mention that I did a full progress reset and all of my other crime spree plays where I had like, what, 5000 plays or so? They're just, nobody cares about that, right? And besides, do stats really matter? No, they don't. Not a single bit.
I mean, if you're claiming he started something but has like not even a fraction of what the actual person who did it, then yeah, it would matter. Because he's just a copycat. That's all it really is.
So here he talks about that apparently I was one of the first players on my crime spree, and Damon was one of the first, which is like, this is all wrong as well. He wasn't the first, I wasn't the first. There were other players like Senpai Killerfire, or I don't know who else, who played like on 1 million of ranks, right? That was way before he even played Crime Spree on higher ranks. Same for me, of course. I mean, yeah, obviously. And the same goes for my solo runs at some point. Because I pretty much started with solo runs on high Crime Spree above ranks above 10 million. There have been other runs on YouTube before, but they're only like, they're above like, what, 20k or something? Where you can abuse the Messiah skill and still kill enemies with the Feina toss.
Like his little, oh, let me show you it.
10 seconds before insertion.
His little copy of my emote here. It's great.
5 seconds before insertion.
Like I can show you how long I've had this emote compared to when he just makes his picture as of the reset. It's pretty nice, man.
Yeah, of course I'm a copycat. Just because at that point when I made that profile picture, or I was asking to get that profile picture, I was mainly doing Crime Spree. And I thought about that since my image allows me to do lots of creativity with the image itself. I thought about why not get the Crime Spree symbol as more or less as a background. It would be cool, right? Because again, at that point when I got this profile picture, I was mainly playing Crime Spree. And I thought that would fit the channel. And it surely does, and I still have it because it looks nice. This image has nothing to do with yours. Yeah, they are both crime spree related, but does that really matter? Not in my eyes.
He did a reset. Well, how about this? He reset his stats at 2k hours. He has 4k now. Double his stats. Still not very much. 800 times 2 is like 1,400. That's not very much.
So first of all, he gets maths wrong. 800 times 2 is 1,600, not 1,400. So, good job there, buddy. And besides, again, stats don't mean anything. Back then I was playing easy heists, like Counterfeit, Bank Heist, or Fourth Lords or what have you, on Crime Spree. After the reset, I did stuff like, what, Overdrill, or other solo runs, challenges, you know? Stuff that's actually difficult. Stuff that takes time to complete. So of course I want to have good stats. And as I said this before in part 3 as well, a restart on any heist, regardless what heist it is, what difficulty it is, what game mode it is, how far you got into heist, if you restart, the stats from that restart is gone. As if you never did this attempt, this restart, basically. Only stats get tracked when you fail a heist or win a heist. Not on restart.
You can go for first the comment on my profile for over a year ago when he's claiming I'm a god, right? The 50 cal variation. That's back when I was teaching him at like 1k hours.
Yeah, I said that you were a good player or a god, because at that point you were pretty much the best Crime Spree player I've seen around, because I didn't play Crime Spree a lot, basically, back then. You were pretty much the only guy that was able to play on loud, on high Crime Spree, that I met. And since I wanted more of your attention, so I could play more with you, so I could maybe improve in my game, and just get a higher rank, I just say nice things in your comments. However, nowadays this isn't the case anymore. There are way better players that are beyond me and the Damon combined. But do I really give a shit? No, I don't.
Stat-wise, he doesn't even compare. Even after, even before a reset. You can times it by fucking 5. And it still doesn't even compare. But if he's that good, I mean, hey, there it is.
Like, he brings it up here again with the stats. Even back then, the couple of months ago, he said that only stats matter, apparently. No matter how good you actually are. Dude, I don't have words for this. Like, how much of a retard must you be to even think that only stats matter in Payday 2? It's quite something.
Sorry, I play casually and don't have to sweat my ass off in Payday. Unlike my man who has to sit here and record the same video over and over and over until he gets it just perfect. Sorry, that's not how I do things.
Well, back then, I also played Crime Spree casually, with friends and other people, public games basically, on high Crime Spree. I did that back in the days, but considering these things, these casual plays get super boring at some point, because it's always the same stuff basically. And these challenges is a huge reason why I keep going in Payday 2.
But with like 800 Crime Spree plays, yeah, saying someone like that created it, you're ignorant. With 800 Crime Spree plays, you can look at their stats, my man. It's not any exaggeration.
Yeah, how fucking ignorant. This guy only has 800 Crime Spree plays, and I don't care about he did a full progress reset in the first place. Who cares? He has 800 Crime Spree plays on his FBA files, so that's gotta be legit, right? I'm just completely lost here. Why is he always keep mentioning stats? They don't mean a single shit. Why you keep mentioning it? Like, shut the fuck about stats. At least say something that's at least makes somewhat of sense, you know? But not fucking stats, dude. These are just numbers. It's not about numbers. It's about how good you perform in the game. Like, I think he just keeps mentioning stats, because that's the only thing he's better at pretty much anybody else, because everybody else doesn't give a single shit about stats. It's literally just him. So of course he does that. He idles hours. He uses mods like Instant Win mod, so he gets insane stats, so he can easily shit on other players that are actually good and don't have good stats, because they play like solo challenges that again take lots of restarts that won't get tracked as stats in the FBA files.
He is just copying this guy. And if you've ever played Crime Spree with me, which you haven't, you'd understand how easily and fluid I can just run everything.
Basically means every time he plays Crime Spree, he's like the leader or whatever in the lobby, because everybody keeps following him. Like, yeah, it's quite obvious that other players follow the host on Crime Spree. Like, it's not just about you, it's the very same in my lobbies whenever I'm the host. People always follow me there. And do you remember the days, Damon, when I had 7 million rank and you were at 3 million? And when I was hosting? No? Well, that's a shame, because you were following me there.
He goes from like, an amount of like 1 million Crime Spree to 7 million to 12 million to, like 20 million to, 30 million, 32 million. Like, with 800 Crime Spree plays, yeah, that's legitimately not legit.
Yeah, apparently the rank on Crime Spree matters as well now. I give you a hint, it doesn't. You know, Damon, I got to my current 34 million rank the same way. You got to 19 million. We both got boosted by higher players.
When you have to edit the game to change things For instance, where's all the Zeal snipers in his solo no AI runs? Oh, but it's skill that they just don't spawn in. Okay, I forgot. But there's this little nifty mod that, you know, they can just easily, you know, pull them out. All you gotta do is just remove the number. Simple as that.
So here he at least claims something that isn't stat related. Like, that's mind-blowing, holy shit. But it's basically the same thing as shown in part 3 at Creepy's part, where Damon says that Creepy despawns dozers. And in my case, he just says that on high crime spree, instead of no dozers, I don't have seal snipers. And he says I'm using a mod, the so-called no crime spree modifier gap mod, which I do use, I do admit, but I only use it to affect the forced modifiers, not the loud nor stealth modifiers. I use this mod because this mod allows you to host any rank above 3.5 million. Without this mod, your game would crash, no matter what. That's why I have to use this mod. The name is a bit weird. It says it removes all the modifiers. The base mod, yeah, it does, but you can modify the mod so that you actually get modifiers regardless. And that's what I do, I get modifiers. My game still feels like it's high crime spree. Now this mod, as I said before, can remove all the loud modifiers, meaning I wouldn't get seal snipers. And he would be right here. However, it doesn't mention the fact that if this mod would actually remove the seal snipers in my solo runs, that would also mean that winter shields would be gone. And that would be just the normal overkill shields, right? But guess what? I got winter shields in all of my solo runs. All of them. Check it yourself. Now, how does this even work with the modifiers, the loud modifiers? Thing is, the seal snipers get into crime spree at a rank in the crime spree pool at a rank of 120 rank. And the winter shields get into crime spree at 260 rank. So again, if I would have no loud modifiers, I wouldn't have winter shields. But again, I have winter shields, therefore I will have seal sniper spawning. But I don't regardless, because, well, do you know what luck is? Because apparently you don't. And I do get the seal sniper in some of my runs. Not every, but some of my runs. And in the other runs, he just doesn't spawn because, again, I had luck there. It's not just because it's a chance to spawn, it doesn't mean you will get him in every run. I'm not gonna include more in this video. There's a few things that I could talk about. For example, that he used in the past a fake Arnaco shotgun as skin unlocker, so he could flex it on Anubis' stream for that sweet attention. But I'm not gonna do that, because I don't really have proof of that. And also his latest video, where this quote-unquote real experienced player talks about him, he doesn't really show proof as well, about like chat logs or whatever. He does show the profile of the guy with his 13k hours, but that doesn't mean anything. It just shows what he said in his own Discord server. Basically some weirdo Q&A. But again, that isn't proof. He probably wrote all of this by himself. He made this to make him look better after all the 4 videos that he made. You know, getting him some boost of self-confidence. That's the point of this here video. But yeah, in conclusion, Damontae is a guy, a pretender, with fake stats, idle hours, that shit talks other players, actual good players, like me or Creepy or Carrot, because they have shit stats. Because they make solo runs, because they make challenges, that take restarts, and restarts won't get counted in FPI files, so the stats are shit. He shits on them, because apparently these people are pretenders, because stats matter apparently. But Damon, stats don't matter, it's all about skill, and you don't have that, so you have to rely on stats to shit on others. Now, as much as I dislike Damontae and his actions, I still want you guys to not shit talk on him, to not go over to his channel, his Twitch or YouTube channel, and do not insult him or anything. Just keep it mature. Toxic against toxic isn't justice. It's basically fucking unneeded. Right, I will see you a lot in the next one.
Damon, how low do you have to be to keep this up? You keep making videos with no merit and not even dignity for yourself. People can be better than you, and you need to understand that. No one on the internet cares what happened to you. They only care why you are the way you are.